ever have one of those random thoughts that just hits you sideways? You're driving or folding laundry or, in my case, rolling around on the floor in yoga class, and suddenly you're like, wait a second, did grown-ups just take recess and slap a price tag on it? Yeah, that's the thought that popped in my head, and, well, here we are. Welcome back to Just Popped in My Head, the space where little memories, big questions, and slightly ridiculous observations turn into stories. Now, before you start picturing me as some Zen master gracefully gliding through yoga poses, let me clear the air. I was not in a downward dog, looking serene. I was not a lotus flower blossoming in the sun. No way. I was flat on my back, in a studio full of other adults, and trying to roll across the floor like some kind of human tumbleweed without using my hands or feet. This was not a normal yoga pose. It wasn't warrior two. It wasn't tree pose. It was more like tree that fell down in the forest and can't get back up. The instructor was like, okay, everyone, roll across the mat using only your torso. And the second we all attempted it, the room erupted in laughter. Picture this, 20 adults in stretchy pants, flopping around like stranded fish, grunting and giggling, trying to shimmy ourselves across the floor. Nobody looked graceful. Nobody looked enlightened. If enlightenment had walked into the room, it would have turned around and said, nope, wrong address. And yet, there was this sound, laughter, real, belly laughter. Not the polite office chuckle you give when your boss makes a dad joke. This was the kind of laugh that sneaks out of you before you can stop it. The kind that makes your stomach hurt and your eyes water. One of the women next to me finally gave up and said, "This feels like recess." And she was right. It was recess. Except, here's the kicker. I had paid for this. I literally paid to flop around on a floor like a kid at recess. And in that moment, as the class kept rolling and giggling, I thought, when did fun start coming with an invoice? As a kid, recess was the highlight of school. The bell rang, and suddenly you had 20 minutes of pure, no strings attached joy. You could swing until your feet reached the sky. You could play kickball. You could chase your friends. You could just sit in the grass and daydream. And the best part, it was free. Nobody swiped a card. Nobody said, "That'll be $15.99 plus tax for one round of hopscotch." The playground was a universe. The swing set daredevils swore they could loop over the top bar. The kickball kid could send a ball into another county. Jump rope rhymes were our soundtrack, and the monkey bars separated the fearless from the rest of us. I was sometimes the dreamer, staring at clouds, sometimes the kid, leaning too far back on the swing, convinced I'd touch the sun. Both counted as recess. No receipts required. Recess was democratic. Everybody got it. Rich, poor, shy, loud, it didn't matter. Nobody was told, pay $5 for hopscotch access. You got recess because you were human, and humans need play. Fast forward to adulthood. We still need fun, laughter, release, but now there's a price tag. Want to swing? Join a class. Want to run? Register for a race. Buy the shirt. Want to laugh with friends? Better book those comedy tickets. And heaven forbid you just sit outside doing nothing. That looks suspicious. And by the way, adult fun comes with dress codes. Kids had recess in grass-stained jeans and mismatched socks. Adults, you need yoga pants, brand name shoes, a smartwatch to prove you're really doing it. When did fun turn into a fashion show with analytics? Imagine a playground next to a gym. On one side, kids are shrieking with laughter, swinging, playing tag. On the other side, adults are on treadmills, staring at calorie counters. One side is chasing joy. The other side is chasing numbers. Who do you think is getting more out of it? So why do adults pay to have fun? Somewhere along the way, joy became a business model. Hide and seek turned into escape rooms. Kickball became adult leagues with fees. Play got rebranded, marked up, and sold back to us. Ads scream, happiness is only $29.99 away, and we believe it. But here's the problem. When joy depends on a transaction, it's fragile. Lose the money, lose the joy. Recess wasn't fragile. It was built in, rain or shine. And it's not just money, it's morals. A lot of adult fun is sold as nightlife, gambling, consumption. If you're trying to live by your values, some options leave you feeling guilty instead of joyful. That's a lot of baggage just to laugh a little, which makes me think maybe fun isn't supposed to be complicated. Maybe it's supposed to be simple, like chalk on the sidewalk. So what would recess for adults actually look like? No cash registers, no guilt, no sales pitch. The good news is it doesn't take much. Outdoors is an easy start. Go for a walk, not a power walk, just a stroll. Toss a frisbee, watch the stars. Creative play works too. Doodle a potato-shaped cat, dance in your kitchen, or write a silly headline about your neighbor's cat leading a squirrel uprising. Social recess? Dust off board games, have a potluck, blow bubbles. And sometimes recess is quiet. Cloud watching, stacking rocks, listening to the ants on their little ant errands. We say we don't have time. But if you got time to scroll TikTok or binge a season, you've got time to blow bubbles. The real issue isn't time, it's permission. Here's the philosophy part. Somewhere, adults started thinking play is frivolous, that it's only okay if it's productive, if it burns calories, makes money, or improves you. But kids understood instinctively. Play keeps us human. It connects us. It resets us. Without it, we turn into spreadsheets with legs. Maybe what we need are permission slips for grown-ups. Please excuse Kimberly from being a serious adult today. She has recess. Signed, life. Imagine pulling that out when guilt creeps in. Sorry, can't do laundry right now. I've got a signed slip. Honestly, I'd use that. And maybe adult recess is more than a break. It's resistance against burnout, against consumerism, against the lie that your worth equals productivity. Taking 10 minutes to laugh, play, or splash in a puddle isn't silly. It's rebellion, and a healthy one. I'll be honest, I still struggle. I've paid for classes, bought fun gadgets, convinced myself joy required a receipt, but every so often I rediscover recess. Like the day I sat on the swings, felt the wind in my face, and remembered what flying used to feel like, or the doodle session, where my potato creature needed sunglasses, or the night I sang my lungs out to an old playlist and laughed until I cried. None of that cost a dime. All of it stuck with me. So, here's my challenge. Once a day, give yourself 10 minutes of recess. Not scrolling, not buying, not planning, just playing. Dance in the kitchen, chase fireflies, doodle nonsense. Because when I look back, the moments that shine aren't the expensive ones. They're the recess ones. So, let's circle back. One yoga class, one ridiculous roll across the mat, one burst of laughter that felt exactly like third grade recess, and one thought, why am I paying for this? That question led me here, to the idea that adult recess isn't just possible, it's necessary. Because recess isn't about monkey bars, it's about mindset. It's not a place, it's a practice. And the best part, you don't need a receipt. You just need to remember that laughter, presence, and silliness aren't childish. They're human. Thanks for hanging out with me in this little playground of thoughts. Maybe after you finish listening, you'll take your own recess. Go outside, draw something silly, or laugh with a friend. And if anyone asks what you're doing, just tell them it's recess. Doctor's orders. Until next time, keep finding those pockets of joy that don't cost a dime. Because sometimes the best fun in life is free.